Have you ever wondered if there is a better way to live than moving into a nursing home? For many people between 60 and 85, just the thought of a nursing home sparks a wave of worry. It can feel like losing control, like the final chapter of your life is being written before you are ready to turn the page. But here is the good news. Nursing homes are not your only option anymore. Today, more and more seniors are choosing paths that are safer, more fulfilling, and deeply respectful of how they want to live. In this video, we are exploring 7 incredible alternatives to nursing homes. Options grounded in the latest trends that let you age with dignity, freedom, and the support you need. These are not just ideas. They are real choices people are making right now. By the end, you might discover a path that feels perfect for you or someone you love. So, stick with us, because what you will hear could change how you see your future, giving you more control than you ever thought possible. Let us dive in and find the options you deserve. Alternative 1, aging in place with smart home modifications. The worry that comes with getting older, the fear of a fall or struggling with stairs, the quiet dread that your home might not be safe anymore. But here is where hope steps in. Aging in place with thoughtful changes is not about clinging to the past out of stubbornness. It is about reshaping your space to support you so you can live on your terms. More and more seniors are adding things like stair lifts, non-slip flooring, walk-in tubs, grab bars, and motion sensor lighting. These are not signs of giving up. They are tools to keep you moving freely and safely in the place you love. It is a mindset shift, planning for change, so you can keep your independence. And then there is technology, voice-controlled assistants, medical alert systems, video doorbells, and even machines that remind you to take your pills. These are not just gadgets. They are lifelines for dignity. Science supports this too. Studies show that staying in your own home, surrounded by your familiar things, helps protect your sense of identity and mental health, keeping you grounded in a way no facility can match. Let me tell you about Linda. She is 79. After a scary fall, she felt embarrassed, like her home was betraying her. But she added some modifications: a walk-in shower, grab bars, and better lighting. Within weeks, she told me she felt freer than she had in years. She could shower without fear, move without hesitation, and live her days with confidence. For families, supporting a loved one to age in place is a powerful act of respect. It says, "We trust your strength. We believe in you, and we are here to help you stay where you feel most like yourself." This path is not always easy, but it is deeply meaningful. When you plan ahead with these changes, you are not just staying home. You are reclaiming control. Imagine that freedom, living where your heart is, with a space that lifts you up instead of holding you back. It is a choice that says, "This is my home, and I am staying." Alternative 2, living with family in a supportive arrangement. This is not about giving up your freedom or feeling like a burden. It is about building a two-way relationship where everyone thrives. The worry that can come with aging alone, the quiet fear of isolation, or the thought of not being there for the moments that matter. This choice flips that fear into hope by bringing you closer to your loved ones. Living with your adult children can weave comfort, guidance, and connection into every day. It is not about losing yourself. It is about staying deeply involved in your family's life without feeling like an outsider. You might share stories with your grandchildren, help with small tasks, or simply be that steady, loving presence that brings calm to a busy home. Science tells us this kind of living can work wonders. Studies show that multi-generational homes can reduce loneliness and boost a sense of purpose, which is so vital as we age. It is not just about being around people. It is about feeling needed, heard, and valued. Let me share James's story. He is 81, and after his wife passed, He felt adrift. His daughter invited him to live in a converted space above their garage, with his own entrance, a small kitchen, and his own schedule. He joins the family for dinner when he wants, cheers at his grandson's baseball games, and shares life without losing his peace. For James, this changed everything, turning grief into connection. But here is the key. This only works with clear boundaries and respect. The best setups happen when everyone talks openly about needs and space, ensuring each person feels honored. You are not moving in to be cared for. You are joining a shared life. Financially, this can ease burdens too, cutting costs and sometimes even unlocking government support or tax benefits. Beyond the savings, there is a deep sense of safety, knowing you are not alone if something goes wrong. Imagine the warmth of being part of your family's daily rhythm. While still holding on to your independence, it is a choice that says, I am still part of this world, and I have so much to give. Alternative 3. Staying in your own home with in-home care. You are in the place you know best, surrounded by your favorite things, your cozy chair, your garden, your memories. But here is the worry. Getting older can make everyday tasks feel heavy, and the fear of not managing alone can creep in. That is where in-home care steps in. Not to take away your independence, but to lift you up so you can live well. This is not about needing someone to do everything for you. It is about getting just the right amount of help. Maybe someone to cook a meal, tidy up, run errands, or assist with bathing, dressing, or remembering your medications. For so many seniors, sleeping in their own bed, sipping coffee in their kitchen, or tending to their plants is what keeps life vibrant. It is not about fancy living. It is about the comfort of familiarity, the control of your own space, and science backs this up. Studies show that seniors who stay in their homes often keep sharper minds and feel less depressed than those in nursing homes. It is not just about sticking to a routine. It is about your heart and brain feeling safe and at peace. Let me tell you about Margaret. She is 78. Her knees are a bit wobbly, and she sometimes forgets her pills. But with a homemade visiting 5 days a week for a few hours, she is thriving. She still does her crossword puzzles every morning, watches the birds from her kitchen window, and meets her neighbor for coffee on Sundays. Margaret did not need a facility. She just needed a little support right where she was. And here is the beauty of in-home care. It bends to fit your needs. Some folks start with a weekly visit. Others add more help as time goes on. It is flexible. It respects you. And it is deeply personal. For many, choosing to stay home with help is not just a preference. It is a way to hold on to who you are, your dignity, and the small joys that make life worth living. Imagine that freedom, knowing you can stay where your heart is, with just the right support to keep you strong. It is a choice that says, I am still me, and I am living my way. Alternative 4, multi-generational living with clear boundaries. The worry that can come with aging, the fear of feeling sidelined or losing your sense of self if you move in with family, it is a real concern. The thought of becoming just a guest in someone else's home. But here is where hope shines through. This is not about moving in to be looked after or slipping into the role of a built-in babysitter. It is about co-living, a shared life that strengthens relationships when done with care. The key is boundaries, clear, respectful agreements that make everyone feel valued. Without them, things can get messy, leading to frustration or even resentment. But with them, multi-generational living offers daily companionship, shared responsibilities, and emotional support that nursing homes cannot match. Science backs this up. Studies show that seniors in these homes feel more connected and purposeful, which boosts mental health and fights loneliness. It is about being part of something bigger, not just being present. Let me tell you about Mary. She is 83. After her husband passed, she moved in with her daughter and son-in-law. They set up a private suite for her, respected her morning routines, and included her in family decisions. They even made her the official bedtime storyteller for their kids. Mary says she feels needed but not used, supported but not smothered. The best arrangements start with honest conversations. What does everyone expect? Who handles what? What space is private? And what time is off limits? Think of it as a partnership, not caretaking. Seniors in these homes often pitch in with light chores, share wisdom with grandkids, or bring a calming presence to the household. They are not on the sidelines. They are woven into the fabric of family life from the heart. This kind of living can rebuild connections and give purpose. But it takes mutual respect, patience, and the courage to adjust when things need tweaking. This is not about going back to old ways. It is about creating a new way that blends tradition with a modern understanding of emotional health. Imagine the joy of being part of your family's daily life, with your own space and voice, knowing you are valued for who you are. It is a choice that says, I belong here, and I am still me. Alternative 5 independent living communities with on-demand support. These communities are like a perfect balance, offering freedom with a safety net, not constant supervision. They are designed for older adults who can mostly manage on their own, but want a place that understands and respects their stage of life. You get your own space, maybe a cozy apartment or a cottage, and support is there when you need it. Not hovering over you? Meals are available if you want them, but you can cook for yourself too. Social events are there to join, but only if you feel like it. Help with errands or small medical needs is just a call away, without anyone breathing down your neck. That is the beauty of it. You choose how to live. The real magic, though, is the community. Loneliness can be a silent thief in older age, slowly stealing joy, identity, and even health. Science tells us it is serious. Studies show loneliness can weaken immunity and dampen spirits over time. But being around others in your life season can replace isolation with shared stories, laughter, and purpose. These communities are not one-size-fits-all. Some focus on wellness and nature, others on arts or lifelong learning, so you can pick a place that feels like it fits your soul, not just your age. Let me tell you about Ron. He is 78. After his wife passed, his big house started feeling like a prison, and his kids were hours away. He dreaded retirement, but then he moved to a community with a woodworking studio, walking paths, and a weekly film club. He told me he has not felt this alive since his 40s. He still shops for groceries and cooks, but now it is after a morning walk with friends and a coffee someone else brewed. These communities are growing because they give seniors what we all crave: freedom, dignity, and connection. It is not about giving up control. It is about expanding it. With a safety net just in case. Imagine the relief of knowing you are not alone, but also not smothered. Living in a place that feels like home, surrounded by people who get you. It is a choice that says, I am ready to live my best life. Right now, in this moment. Alternative 6, aging in place with smart home technology. Think about the worry that can sneak in. The fear of a fall in the middle of the night, forgetting a crucial medication, or wondering what happens if no one knows you need help. Those concerns are real, and they can make staying home feel risky. But here's where hope takes over. Today's smart home technology is turning that fear into confidence, making your home one of the safest, most supportive places to age. This is not just for tech experts or the wealthy. These tools are designed to be simple, affordable, and incredibly effective. Let us talk about fall detection sensors. Not those clunky buttons you wear, but sleek systems built into your walls or ceilings, quietly watching for trouble and alerting family or emergency services. If you take a tumble, no fuss, just safety. Then there are medication reminders that speak gently through your speakers or dispense pills right on time. Even texting your daughter if you miss a dose so she can check in without nagging. Smart lights turn on when you step into the bathroom at night, cutting the risk of falls. Smart thermostats keep your home cozy. And some fridges even remind you when food is about to spoil. These are not about taking away your independence. They are about strengthening it. Science supports this choice. Studies show that staying in your own home, surrounded by your memories and routines, helps preserve your sense of self and mental clarity. Let me share Harold's story. He is 81 and lives alone after losing his wife. His son was nervous about him staying home, but they installed a smart hub, motion sensors, and a medical alert watch. Now, Harold feels respected, not watched, and his family has peace of mind. He is not just managing, he is living with confidence, doing things his way. This is not about giving up privacy. It is about gaining freedom, knowing your home is working with you to keep you safe. Imagine the relief of staying where your heart is. With technology that feels like a quiet guardian, letting you live boldly in the place you love. It is a choice that says, this is my home, my life, and I am in control. Alternative 7 intergenerational living communities. The worry that comes with aging, the fear of being cut off from the world, stuck in a quiet corner with only your thoughts for company. That kind of isolation can weigh heavy, making you feel like life is passing you by. But here is where hope sparks a revolution. These communities are not about shutting seniors away. They are about bringing people of all ages together, young and old, living side by side in neighborhoods built for real connection and belonging. Picture a place where your neighbor might be a young teacher, a single mom, or a college student, someone who can carry your groceries, share a meal, or just sit and chat. In return, you offer your stories, your wisdom, a grounding presence that means the world to them. It is not about charity or dependence. It is about mutual benefit, a give and take that lifts everyone up. Let me tell you about Joan. She is 76 and moved to one of these communities in Oregon, where high school students live nearby in dorm-style housing. Every Thursday, she leads a poetry circle, sharing her love of words. In return, the students help with tech questions, change her light bulbs, and introduce her to new music she never knew she would love. Joan says it makes her feel alive again, like she is part of something vibrant. These communities are designed for interaction, with shared gardens, activity centers, libraries, and walking paths that invite people to connect naturally. No sterile hallways or locked doors keeping anyone apart. Science shows this works wonders. Studies find that seniors in these settings have slower cognitive decline and far less loneliness, while younger residents grow more empathetic and grounded, stepping away from their screens to engage with life. This is not about retreating from the world. It is about diving back into it with purpose. If you have ever felt like you still have so much to share but are not sure where it fits, this could be your answer. Connection is not just a nice to have in older age. It is like medicine for the soul, found in the laughter and stories shared over a community dinner table. Imagine the joy of living where your presence matters, where every day brings a chance to learn, give, and grow. It is a choice that says, I am still here, and I have so much to offer. As we wrap up, let us take a moment to reflect. Growing older can stir a quiet worry, a fear we rarely voice, about ending up in a nursing home, where silence, routine, and feeling unseen replace the life you love. It is a heavy thought, one that tugs at the heart, but today, we have seen there are other paths, beautiful ways to age that honor your spirit, your choices, and your unique story. Whether it is staying home with in-home care, living with family in a supportive setup, using smart technology to make your space safer, or joining a vibrant intergenerational community. These options are not just ideas. They are real choices people are making to live with dignity. Science tells us that staying connected and in control boosts mental health and joy, far beyond what any institution can offer. Think of Joan, sharing poetry with students, or Ron, finding new life in a community that fits his soul. These stories remind us that aging does not mean giving up who you are. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. But there is a common thread: the deep desire to stay human, connected, and in charge of your life. You have lived too much, loved too deeply, to let go of that without a fight. So ask yourself, which of these paths feels right for you? Which one makes your heart lift, your shoulders relax? The goal is not just to add years, but to make those years feel truly yours. We would love to hear from you. So please share in the comments one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it. Your thoughts mean the world to us, and they inspire us to keep going. If this video touched you, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thank you for being here, and we cannot wait to see you in the next video. Ready to keep living your story your way,